Are you just so tired of flaky, unreliable tests? Because if you are, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to crack open the one Playwright feature that guarantees perfect test isolation. Seriously, if you master this one thing, you're on your way to building a test suite that's fast, stable, and actually easy to debug. Okay, let's be real. We've all been there, right? You run your tests, one little thing fails, maybe the login test, and then bam, a dozen other tests that needed that login suddenly collapse in a fiery heap. It's this awful domino effect that turns a single, tiny bug into an hour of just chasing ghosts. It's beyond frustrating, and it absolutely kills your team's momentum. For way too long, testing has felt like this thing on the left, this tangled, chaotic mess where every test can mess up the next one. One test fails and it pollutes the whole environment. But the Playwright way, over on the right, it's completely different. Every single test is clean, it's independent, and it's totally shielded from its neighbors. So how on earth does Playwright pull off this magic? Well, the secret sauce, really, is one powerful built-in feature called the browser context. This is the whole enchilada. It's the mechanism that just completely solves the problem of cascading failures. And the best part? It's automatic. It's built right in. And trust me, it's going to fundamentally change how you think about testing. So let's talk about this secret weapon. Let's really break it down. What exactly is a browser context, and how does it actually work its magic under the hood? So a browser context is basically a brand new, squeaky clean browser profile. You know, like when you open an incognito window, it has absolutely nothing in it. No cookies, no cache, no local storage, no history, nothing. Playwright creates one of these perfect, pristine environments for every single test. And then the second that test is done, poof, it's destroyed forever. You know, the best way I can describe it is it's like a sterile lab for a science experiment. I mean, you would never run a really sensitive analysis in a dirty beaker, right? Of course not. The old stuff would contaminate the new results. Well, Playwright treats every single one of your tests like a critical experiment that needs a perfectly clean environment to get a reliable result. So here's what that looks like in action. Test number 1. Runs, it logs in, it sets some cookies, it fills up local storage. The second it finishes, bam! Playwright just obliterates that entire environment, wipes it clean. Then, for test number 2, it spins up a brand new, totally empty one. There is absolutely zero chance of anything from the first test leaking into the second. None. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, but creating a whole new browser profile for every single test, that sounds incredibly slow. But here's the crazy part. It's not. Playwright is so ridiculously optimized that spinning up a fresh context takes less than 10 milliseconds. That's basically instant. So you get perfect, bulletproof isolation with pretty much zero performance cost. All right, enough theory. Let's move into practice. Let's see what this actually looks like in your code and talk about why this is going to save you hours and hours of debugging headaches. Check out this super simple bit of code. Every single time you call browser.newPage, you're basically telling Playwright, hey, go spin up a new, sterile environment for me. Behind the scenes, a brand new browser context just gets created automatically for that page. It's really that simple. The isolation is just baked right into the command. So, what does this actually mean for you? Well, the most crucial part is this. Whatever you do in page 1, whether you log in, add stuff to a shopping cart, whatever, is completely and totally invisible to page 2. It's like they exist in two separate universes. No shared cookies, no shared storage. This is that built-in magic that makes your tests incredibly robust. Okay, but wait a minute. The gears are probably turning, and you're asking the exact right question right now. If every test starts totally fresh, does that mean I have to waste time going through the UI login over and over and over again? It's a fantastic question, and luckily, it has a really brilliant answer. And here it is. This is an insider tip that really separates the top 1% from everybody else. The best automation engineers don't fight against isolation. They use it to their advantage. They solve the login problem one time and then they reuse that solution everywhere without ever breaking that perfect isolation model. And here's that pro workflow. Step 1, you create a single dedicated setup file that does nothing but login. Step 2, you use a powerful Playwright command called storage state to basically take a snapshot of the entire session, all the cookies, local storage, everything, and save it to a file. And finally, step 3, you tell all your other tests to start their new, clean browser context using that saved file. You get the absolute best of both worlds. You get lightning-fast tests because you're skipping the UI login, and you get the guaranteed reliability of a fresh start every single time. Okay, so now you get the power of browser contexts, but knowing what to do is only half the battle. Let's quickly cover the common pitfalls so you can sidestep them like a pro. So here are the 3 big rookie mistakes. Number 1, expecting state to be shared. You just have to burn that idea out of your brain. Every test is its own island. Number 2, and this one is a huge security risk, forgetting to add your auth state file to .getignore. Seriously, that file has session tokens in it. Never, ever commit it to get. And finally, number 3, trying to force your test to run one after the other because you think it helps with isolation. It doesn't. Playwright has already handled the isolation for you. I want this to sink in. Maybe even say it out loud with me. Test isolation is guaranteed by the browser context, not by running tests one after the other. This principle is what unlocks the ability to run all of your tests in parallel at full speed with total confidence that they won't trip over each other. All right, let's bring it all home. If you only remember 3 things from this entire explainer, I want it to be these 3 points. This is how you truly master test isolation. Number 1, embrace full isolation. Just trust the browser context. It is your ultimate safety net. Number 2, automate your authentication the smart way. Use that login once save state pattern. It is the key to being both fast and reliable. And number 3, think independently. Write every single test as if it's the only test that will ever exist. That mindset will naturally guide you to building a rock-solid test suite. And I'm really not exaggerating here. When you master browser contexts for isolation and for authentication, you are putting yourself ahead of the vast majority of automation engineers out there. It's a foundational skill that leads directly to more reliable tests and faster feedback for you and your whole team. So what do you think? Are you ready to stop chasing those crazy cascading failures and start building bulletproof tests? Because in our next explainer, we're going to roll up our sleeves and actually build out that storage state workflow from scratch. We'll create a reusable auth setup for an entire project. You are not going to want to miss that.